phone, but I just got to get your top questions that you are hoping to get answered at today's hearing.
Yeah, and I apologize, but I need to get on this flight for this emergency hearing. We raised several questions in a filing last night at 2:15 a.m. about whether any flights left after the court's order, whether any flights landed after the court's order, and then whether anybody was handed over to the Salvadoran government after the court's order. If any of that happened, it's a violation of the court's order and a very, very serious matter. The fact that they might have been in international territory makes no difference because the U.S. had custody of these individuals and the judge specifically ordered them to be returned. If we're going to hear answers from the government, but if any of that invading or in a declared war with the U.S., fundamentally, this is about separation of powers and the Trump administration thumbing their nose at Congress and the courts. I apologize. I got to get on this flight for the hearing. I'm sorry.
So Lee, if you have just a quick second, though, how do you... Okay, go ahead. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Lee. We'll hope to catch you on the other side of this hearing as this story continues to develop. Let me bring back our Joyce Vance to talk a little bit more about just some of the legal issues at stake here. We know not only did the administration, Joyce, argue that these flights were out of U.S. territory, therefore it was...
Right. So this is the larger argument that the government is advancing, perhaps not as much in court or in practice as they are for public consumption. And it's the argument that the president has broad powers under Article 2 of the Constitution, and that if he decides to make these designations and do this, he has the ability to do that regardless of what the law says or what Congress requires. You know, that's this very dangerous argument, part of the trend that we